In this tutorial, I'll show a way of dealing with the problem of the cars going upside down, and I'll show a way of dealing with the problem of the cars going off the track. The starting point for this tutorial is the file from the end of the tutorial that showed how to set up lap counters. You can make the file yourself or download it from my website. The first problem I'm going to look at is when a car lands on its side or upside down. How do we get it on its wheels again? Well, I'm going to select the Batmobile and I'm going to add a keyboard sensor, an AND controller and a motion actuator. Pan down, shift and mouse wheel. In the keyboard controller, click on key and press N for nudge. Connect that to the AND controller, pan, shift and mouse wheel, and connect the AND controller to the motion actuator, and in the torque, the rotational force, set the Y value to 5,000. Now when we start the game, if I press N, we can nudge the car over, and if I hold down N, we can put the Batmobile in a spin. I've jumped ahead to where I've selected the sports car. I've added a keyboard sensor, an AND controller and a motion actuator. This time I've chosen F for flip, but everything else is exactly the same. 5,000 in the torque Y value. The next problem I'm going to deal with is if the car comes off the track. I'm going to use a script to reset the car's position back to the start. You can download the script from my website, or you can type it in yourself. It's only a short script. You don't need to understand how it works, but I'm going to quickly go through it. Import BGE allows us to use the objects in the Blender Game Engine library. Def main and the lines that follow define the main function of the script. There's a full colon at the end of that line, and there's indentation, and they are critical in Python. The getCurrentController method gets the controller linked to the script, which is the Python controller. The owner method gets the owner of the Python controller, which is the Batmobile. Now we've got a link to the Batmobile, we can reset its position. Main calls the main function. Text, make internal. Text, save as. Now we need a script for the sports car. I'm going to call the script reset sport. Save as. Text, open text block and open the reset sport script. Now the only difference is the sports car's on the left, X position is -3.5, text save, text make internal. The positions of the cars needs to be reset when they collide with the ground plane. Select the ground plane and add 2 collision sensors, 2 AND controllers, and 2 message actuators. If an object with a property called bat collides with the ground plane, the Batmobile has a property called bat, then a message will be broadcast, the subject of which is reset bat. If an object with a property sport collides with the ground plane, then a message will be broadcast, the subject of which will be reset sport. Select the Batmobile, add a message sensor and a Python controller. Scroll down, shift and mouse wheel, close up the keyboard sensor. If we receive a message, the subject of which is reset bat, then send a signal to run the reset bat script. Select the sports car, scroll up, add a message sensor and a Python controller. Scroll down, close up the keyboard sensor. If we receive a message, the subject of which is reset sport, then send a signal through to run the reset sport script. Now when we start the game, If the cars come off the track, they are sent back to the start. They still have their momentum, and if they land upside down we can flip them. That's the end of the tutorial. I'll put the start file, the end file and the script files for you to download at my website www.freemovies.co.uk at the Blender channel there. Thanks for watching and goodbye.